except Africa and Middle East, who are quite heavy on regulations, who are quite heavy on regulatory bodies. I mean, we have North Korea, who is very heavy on regulations. South Korea, of course, being aligned on that. Indonesia market has been very huge in terms of regulation. In all Islamic countries that we've been talking about on this, India has been very open in terms of how the voice factors can be aligned on that. We have BFSI clients who have been working, and I think e-commerce is one of the biggest platforms that I think we actually operate on. Most of the players that we actually choose and adopt, I think, have been making sure that voice activities has been super aligned on that. I work very closely with Grab, which is one of the institutions in Singapore, and I think they, of course, pick up quite a comparison of work that you have with Uber in India and Ola's of the world. They are trying to bring a capability of making sure that voice booking, voice reactive or feedback mechanisms that we had. NTUC, which has been around that, I think in Singapore, they have been making sure that all the freshness index of the products that we have been talking about, how we can make sure that those reviews and action and the kind of inventory management, all this has been managed only on the app, where you just have to scan the QR code and start talking to a agent sitting out there. And this agent is going to make sure that align all your groceries that are there on the monthly basis, making sure that the chargeables and the payouts are happening in. You're getting all the reward points being there because you shop a lot and you shop on a daily basis. That's running around that. Now, India, I don't see is much behind into this entire stuff, because some of the clients that we have been working, and I'm quite hesitant to even go ahead and disclose who these clients are right now, considering these are in initial discussions which is going in, but they are one of the leaders out here in the retail industry that we have been talking about. And they have been trying to manage a very similar example as what I just mentioned about NTUC. How they can make sure that the shopping is convenience has been brought into the mobile phones, and via mobile phones, without hitting the screens and without making sure that the keyboard strokes are there, you just have to go ahead and just say, hey Siri kind of commands out together where the actions are being completed in. Technologically, I think we are well set and aligned, and a lot of initiatives that I'm really talking about. A few of my team members like Shubham and all, they are here, and they have been working from a KPMG perspective on a very similar elements of how can these voice commands be put across onto a BFSI, as I said, healthcare industry, retail elements, pharmas. I think everybody has been really putting up a lot of show and a lot of effort on that. So lots to be put across is what I personally feel out of India, and I think we have a good days to come in, especially on the voice side of it, and huge opportunities are in line with that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Sachin, ये तो आपका ही है जो voice का है और EazyDiner. I really want to know.
No, I tell you, certain things with AI is amazing, which save cost. Okay, there are viewers who are sitting out here. You tell me, how's your bank experience when an AI agent pick up the call? Okay, customer feedback, it's amazing. But when you making a call to an AI agent, most of the stuff is like the second answer will never come. Okay, because what you have feed it. Okay, so hospitality still is very far off where a consumer is calling, because the peculiar things are, okay, I need a table on the side. Okay, the table is not available. There are 6 people going, but the restaurant has only 4 tables. What is AI going to do? Because you can't, because this is human, like when you have to interact, certain requirement are there, like what kind of food you are liking. Okay, voice is great because we also do feedback calls. Okay, we tried doing customer taking calls, but it was all, you can't do it. Because AI does is like what has been feeded inside it. So I tell you, like people are losing jobs, but I tell you, I tell this to everyone. If you are in whatever position, pardon me, just concentrate more on sales. Okay, every person should know what they are doing, even in tech, everywhere. Either cost controlling, okay, or you have to sell. You have to be a great salesperson so that you are not taken out anytime. Okay, so more the things. Plus, yeah, a lot of stuff like in terms of inventory management, upselling, like a restaurant will get a notification that this kind of reservation is there. They will know the whole data. Okay, this kind of person is a high spender. So you'll see overselling happening on the. So we make do revenue management, and it's great to read reports. It becomes very easier, and yes. So voice, yeah, I'll sit with you and work on it. Maybe like we create something.
I think you answered my next question for you. If you don't mind, I'll continue because it's very interesting.
Yeah, we are making a business deal also out here. Okay.
My next question here is for you. The consumers are shifting. Earlier, they used to go for web pages and then now mobile apps and then calls. And now agentic AI, right? Agentic AI is happening. And when agentic AI, because right now, earlier when you give the example of banking, I come from a fintech background, right? So when you are partnering with banks and everything, it's clear which credit cards give you the good options and everything. The personalization right now is more focused for the people or for the AI, how they are training. And how are you seeing all this, interactions with your future platform with an agentic AI? How are you seeing that?
No, this is going to happen actually. You see, everybody want to be fast. Okay, you're sitting in a car, you are on a right. Okay, you want to speak to someone. Okay, like I'm going to this place. What is the latest restaurant which has opened in that area? Then you'll talk about cuisine. Maybe you talk about I have this kind of budget. Okay, so the agentic AI will be trained to answer those questions and with the availability. You go there this time, then it will search my website, my app, how the availability is there. So we are also moving there actually. So slowly things are moving on that side because immediately you have to go manual. Okay, somebody searching. Okay, what is the next availability and those stuff. So that inventory thing will be very easy because those kind of stuff will not be told. If the restaurant is sold out, sir, go to next. That restaurant is not available. It's completely sold out, and give you another this thing.
Now, I think the most coming to Amanji, right? Amanji, I think the most use cases for AI will be in your industry. Like if you see Sachinji Sena, it's a B2B2B, B2B and B2C. But when coming to you, it's multiple things. Whether it can be on your customer side, who are B2C, all the brands and everything working on it, the customers who are receiving it, and the delivery partners who are delivering it. So you have multiple things involved in the logistics, right? So how are you implementing AI in it? For example, the best use case for me, voice, right, comes back to voice because I see the lot of things. For example, on the cash on delivery, right? And when coming to the AI agentic things, there are a lot of things which comes on streamlining with the drivers, streamlining on exactly, talking to the agents itself. How exactly you're implementing AI in logistics, and where do you see it is?
So in today's world, I believe the logistic is now more modernized than the traditional. The way we look logistic maybe 20 years back, 15 years back, which was simply pick and delivered. Now it's more interacting and more of information and information comes through a technology which comes in. When I see from a logistic platform view, it is not only the pickups, it says that where my product is selling more, which ticket size is selling more, which geography is asking for more product, which is the age group which is asking more product in that segment, which fashion, which product, which is more demand, and then at what time also. We are also calculating what time the orders comes most rather than the complete day plan. In some locations or in some particular products comes only until midnight. It doesn't come on the day, night, of complete day. And then we also analyze that when we go for our deliveries, what is their transit time we're looking for? Are they looking for a 15 minutes delivery or a 1 hour delivery or a 1 day delivery? That's all information that comes in when the customer choose for different options. And then accordingly, yes, the AI, whatever data we feed in, give us the complete analysis and say, this product sells on this timeline, this age group, and this regions. And that's how we also go back to all brands and say, this is all your products. And I believe if you tweak these things in your marketing style, you will get more orders and then you can, grow your brand much faster rather than focusing on those areas which may not be linked with your product or your category.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Saurabh. And there are always two things, right? Video and voice and everything, right? Where exactly do you see? Because it's not anymore 1 more year or 2 years kind of stuff. It's like what will happen next week and what will happen next month. Especially in your case, when you're working with video and everything, the models are changing. when coming to rendering and everything, every week there is a new model, new update, and everything is happening. How are you keeping track of that? And how are you? It's not like anymore implementing one thing and wait for 6 months and then let's see how it scale and then I will push the updates. It's kind of every week happening. So how are you keeping yourself up on it? How are you doing it? And what are your plans for any other future changes or updates or betterments happen?
So regarding the updates that keep coming, there are always there is always a way that we have to keep ourselves updated. We have to see and look out for the opportunity, whatever is missing. So everything is not perfect. We know today video is solving a use case of certain drama, for example. But if it is not able to solve for action, if it is not able to solve for automobile, I have to be on the lookout to always see what's the next thing which is going to solve my today's problem, and maybe give the feedback to the model providers and help to co-build as well, so that what problem we have today. So we work with the model providers, we give them feedback, whether it's Kling, whether it's CDANS, whether it's SyncSO, 11 Labs, whatever problems we face, we tell them either you solve it or someone else will solve it. So it's actually reverse. We are many times not just consumers of what's happening, what are the updates that are coming up. We are the drivers of the updates that are coming up, because we are telling them this is the update that we want. And they are happy to take that feedback and then provide us with the alpha version to implement it in a pilot phase. And then we test it, whether it's good, bad, worse, and then take it forward. So the thing is, to be updated, you have to be in hands and gloves with the product teams of who is building what right now and drive it.
I think I'll conclude with last question for every one of them, right? Because there are four parts of here, right? One is data, and then one is hospitality, logistics, and then marketing and automation here, right? So what is one thing will you tell people here in this event who are listening or who are there on the business side, they should do start something tomorrow and focus for the next 90 days when coming to AI and how they can improve their business and how can improve their workflows? What is one thing will you suggest to tell them to start tomorrow?
No, absolutely. So the first thing that I personally think of, and I'm very happy to help and contribute into this, very happy to go ahead and volunteer. Anybody of you who have been interested, please do reach out. I always have a passion to make sure that I support talented founders like you all, and I think the way that you actually operate, and I'm hats off to you, all of you, right? Because I've done this work, I've spent off a couple of time, and I have really moved out. But this is really good. I mean, I'm really impressed to share the dice with all of you. So first thing that I personally feel is make sure that your blueprints are right. And what I have done is I have put across kind of an agentic action where it's going, you punch in the data for your organization, you punch in the data for whatever segment, industry sector that you actually look forward to. What is your aspiration with the AI? And based on that, it's going to very clearly call out the zones and the areas which should be exposed to AI. What are the methodologies and benefits and outcomes that you do to it? Right now, AI has become a buzzword. I totally know that, and everybody really wants to woo our clients and customers based on making sure that the AI workflows are up and running. A lot of times they are not required for that. I think we heard definitely our co-panelist as well that we need to make sure that AI has been used at the right stage, at the right time, with the right proper outcomes that we need to gain. And so blueprints is the first thing. And we have a tool which is up and running from a KPMG perspective and from a personal side as well. I'm very happy to share that if required. That's number one. Number two, you started off a question in the start of this discussion where you mentioned about prototypes that were up and running. See, prototypes are garage affairs, right? You research on something which is on a garage model of experimentation. You figured out whether we should go ahead and just run this or kill it then and there, which I call it a concept of failing fast, right? Stop that and move on to something which is much better than we can do and utilize our dollars and utilize INR into something more meaningful. Get your experimentation prototype study very much right in the first instance and make sure that you exit if that's not up and running and if it's not moving for you. switch on to something which is more meaningful for your organization, for your entire entity that you actually run in. Moving from garage to a foundry model. A foundry is where you build solutions, where you develop solutions, where the real engineering happens of making sure a voice AI that I've been talking about, like Diner Easy has been really have a lot of good opportunities to make sure that they put in AI, a lot of examples we just heard that we can really go ahead and start using on that. Same goes with the video editing, making that we just heard. Opportunities are immense on this. And in fact, we can bring into something which I personally actually have built across from one of the patented actions, which some of our team members here, they have also worked. ZPC, which is a 0% company. And 0% company actually has been required where a lot of organizations are benefiting out of that in Europe, in Americas and all. Now you don't need hundreds and thousands of people to run an organization, or to run a startup, or to run a venture, or run a retail or consumer business altogether. There are billing agents which are running and doing your agents all in and out, starting from the morning to the evening, and then collating that in a dashboard that you needed for the weeks and the months. There are procurement, supply chain agents that are running in. There are transaction agents that have been there. There are marketing agents which have been there. Everything has been built across an agent mesh. And this agent mesh sits across with the HR, with finance, with marketing, supply chain, tech, with no employees required. It's fixing up the issues, escalating to HPs and Dells of the world wherever required, escalating it to, of course, the Oracles and PeopleSoft of the world wherever it is required. And businesses are benefiting out of that. Now, opportunities certainly have been used. We just have to make sure that find where is it heading and what we can make sure in the 90-day plan that you were just calling out, how we can make sure this 90 days is fruitful for our different organizations and taken forward. That's my thought, and I think we'll have to hear from others as well.
I don't think so. I have to add anything. Dr. Ashish said everything in his form. You see, technology nowadays, which was at 100%, now is at 10-15%. The cost have certainly gone down. So AI will start using, like in my company, we are doing trainings, okay, and everybody is given a job to become master in AI. So whatever like finance used to do, now they are doing it in fraction of seconds or time. Okay, sales reports become very easy. Okay, HR training module and all, everything is on AI. People, anybody who touches that logs in, the reports comes in the morning. Okay, and so do like sales where the things are going on, becoming very easy. What are the main A, B, C, D groups, what we have, which we make money on? So those are like attention, like which are A, B, C, D consumers which are there. How can we get them more? What are A, B, C partners into the banks? So it becomes very easy for us. Earlier it used to take a lot of time to take out reports, study them. Now it's like any report you put into a AI, it tells you like what parameter you want to see, and becomes so easy. Like earlier, like used to take hours and hours to understand a report. Now within 5 minutes, you have it. You are prepared for a board meeting also. It's become so easy. So yeah, the way forward is make use of AI and learn every day. There are heaps of interest there. Like anything you can just check and ask. And yeah, that's it. Like there's a way forward actually, according to me.
Perfect. Thank you, Aman.
So I believe everyone is using AI, and whether they want to use it for their data to study, they want their sales force to understand how their sales are performing, what are their forecast. They want to understand the consumer behavior. They want to understand the internal personal growth upon the top line and the bottom line revenues and everything. Everything is there, or they want to prepare for a PPT for the investors to come in. The key, I believe, is still which is missing is the right prompt when we put our input in the AI. If you don't give the right prompt to the AI, probably AI will give you the output, but not matching 100% which we wanted. So that's one, I believe, is the one which people should learn, what prompt should go in the AI, so that I get the exactly what I want from the AI, and then people start working on that.
Exactly. Prompting is the key to everything.
I believe everyone would be using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, some version of that right now. I'll give you 2 hacks how you can use it better than everyone else. One, ask whatever tool that you are using to research. Don't depend on your training data. Just put it on the memory.md or memory file on settings. Just tell it, don't use your training data, research everything, whatever I need, so that the answer you get is latest on the basis of what web articles that model read, and not just what it regurgitated on the basis of previous training data, because then the answer is nuanced basis today's knowledge. Second, tell it to not agree to everything that I say, because today what is happening is that all the models are like, can I do this? Yes, you can do this. Should I give you 3 options how to do this? No, we need critical answers. So tell it on the settings that you are my critical mentor. Don't agree to whatever I say. Give me the balanced opinion, pros, cons, and help me to decide whatever I might do wrong. Because the best thing about AI is that it can churn out data really fast. It can read thousands of blogs in seconds. And if it can give you the gist of those blogs and then let you decide on the basis of face of it, then you have the real power of making decisions. Unless you are just saying that, is this right? Bot will always say, yeah, you are right. So you tell him that, don't tell me that I am right. Tell me the points and then let me decide what is right.
It's like some Altman saying, don't say thanks and please to LLMs because you save a lot of memory for doing it. Please.
Great discussion. 2 questions, and they are addressed to Ashish and Saurabh. Okay, first is they are saying the world is moving towards agentic. So each person would have 2-3 agents. I'll have 2-3 agents, and I'll tell the agent, you know where I go for holiday every year. So find a good place, good hotel, do all the bookings, you know my credit card, and over. So how should companies prepare for my agents that companies are able to sell me more, because they have to be also ready to serve me well? That's one. Second question is, a lot of companies, they're putting AI on top of their current processes. But there's a talk in the market that AI first companies, even HUL can get disrupted if somebody comes that, okay, we want to have an AI first model to sell consumer goods. So what are your thoughts on that? The AI first companies, not putting AI on top of current, whatever they're doing.
Look, I will take the liberty of answering. Maybe Ashish can take it because of the mic and everything. I don't know, from day one, since I've been tinkering with AI, I always say that AI is not the product, AI is the feature, right? The features are built on your workflows and everything. And when coming to the AI first, right? Most of the people, what they are trying to do is that how we can use AI to cut short on the time or on the people, on how we can improve, how we can use AI to improve the workflows and everything, right? That's what's happening. But when coming to building the AI first product, right? I think a lot of people are doing it, but we are still in the product and process. I think it will take some time to get there on building the AI first product, right? Because we are still improving everything based on using AI, but will it change the whole way? Like I saw, like I recently I booked a ticket on Make My Trip using Myra, their agent. Just gave my things and I just have to say yes for the payment. It's done. So things are moving and things are happening. So I think Dr. Ashish is much more the right person to answer this.
Thank you so much. So I think totally appreciate it. And thank you so much for your question. I think this is a very fair question to ask, at least at this point of time where I think we have been in mid of a journey where AI has been kind of abused as well, and AI has been used as well in all respects. And I think we have to really put across some bit of an element on governance here. When I say governance, I think one of the biggest elements of AI that I personally look at when I'm building any of the AI products is how's the fairness index, responsible AI, data security, data biases that have been around that have been used for that. Uh, while AI first is always the agenda, but AI first certainly does not mean that we impose uh, trust and push AI on every solution that we have to go in. And this is what I was exploring. I was going around and I was just having a look at it. How many solutions are there for AI? What are they doing about it? Because it helps me also to understand how is the market growing out here in India, especially for MSMEs and SMEs and for the other players who have been quite active out here in the space. See, for companies to be ready to your first question, I think what I personally feel is we have to make sure before adopting AI is your segment, is your sector very well aligned with the AI usage. 2022, 2023 post-COVID times was the one that people started, or let's call it this way, people got adapted to the concept of making sure that can they work from home, can they reduce the work, can the Teams and the Zooms of the world enable the businesses that they're running in from their kind of a bedrooms or a study rooms or a living rooms that they have. And we were forced to do that. And once the COVID was over, I think we got adapted to this concept of making sure that AI, at that point of time, a concept which just came in and I think has called kind of dulled down right now is metaverse, kind of XRs, VRs that can enable in. That was the time that we had. Now is the time when these things have actually got activated in action. And we have seen some bit of an automations that's been running around. We have seen some productivity outcomes and gains out of that. A lot of things that we have been talking about of making sure that our travels are being taken care of. Booking reservations, dining desk have been taken across. Can we go ahead and make sure that put AI into making some lot of videos that we have? Is this helping? Of course it's helping. There's no doubt about that. But can we make it efficient? Can we make it better? Yes, we can. When we do a study in our organization, and of course from an elementary side of it, when we do make a research of a Big Four, as a report we make that, we look into something from an organization perspective on a global environment perspective as well. How is sustainability being utilized versus AI? How is making sure that the employee usage that we have, how is that getting in action? Are we forcing and eliminating the roles without any rhyme or reason just because you want to automate that with AI? A lot of times, yes, there is a management push, and we do imply on that. A lot of times we give our independent reports and we make sure that fine, we really make sure that fine, we give a very clean report and hygienic report on this. There is a lot of work that has to be done around that is what I personally feel, and we have to make sure that we make a very organized structure, which I just mentioned about the blueprint that we have. And how will markets adapt to this AI action and AI first concept, I think, in the coming markets and coming times. And I look forward to that. I know there's a lot of work which is happening on McKinsey as well. They have put across those frameworks of adopting an AI first. Consumer products especially. Walmart is the part of that, and a lot of things have been happening in Visa, MasterCard also, they have been putting across these things. So waiting for this to unfold is what I would say. But yes, I mean, that's a very centered area that you have touched upon, and I think a lot has to go through this.
Adding to that, first thing that you asked was how enterprises are going to increase or respond to the consumer. The key thing that is being developed around that is the agentic MCP framework, which agents will be talking to other agents and humans are going to decide what they are going to do about it. So one agent talking to different agent from different companies. So how enterprises are going to enable is expose your APIs as MCP framework and let the agents provide that data in a secure manner to the human to decide. Secondly, AI first company. We are an AI first company, and we believe when you start everything when you start taking decisions around everything to be AI first, it is difficult. When I say to my CA, no, I will not use the current tools because they are not AI first, we are forced to build tools. If our CRM is not AI first, we have to build a CRM. If our accounting book software is not AI first. We have to build accounting book software. It is difficult to be AI first company, but definitely in the future, as Claude Code has democratized coding, building software, that is going to be a really easy part. And AI first companies are definitely going to disrupt everywhere, because when a traditional company adopts AI, they are just putting the muscle of AI around the skeleton of tradition. But when an AI first company builds from the foundation itself, its accounting is different, its marketing is different, its CRM is different, its operations are different, and that they are going to rule the world of tomorrow. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for giving your time for the panel and interesting spectrum across the AI. Thank you, everyone, for that.